Hello again, friends and neighbors. Drew Johnson here, East Region Grain Origination Manager with Itegra with the weekly market update. Markets remained steady most of the week on support from world weather, China soybean interest, and continued uncertainty in the U.S., Iran, and Russia-Ukraine conflicts. So lots have happened. Let's get into the markets. On the corn side of things, the corn market stabilized following last week's moves higher. September futures is hitting resistance right around 4.5, with December futures continuing to bump up against that 470 level. Market support this week was led by strong short covering from the wheat markets and weather concerns in the United States. Last week's USDA WASDE report provided some other support into this market, with estimated carryout for the 25-26 production year at 2.02 billion bushels, with next year's carryout estimated to be right around 1.79 billion bushels. U.S. crop conditions as of Monday showed that the corn crop was at 68% good to excellent, which is up a point from the week prior, but 6% behind this time last year. 34% of the corn is silking, which is 4% ahead of average. Argentinian corn crop harvest is slowing due to high moisture corn and wet fields, but production estimates are now at 64 million metric tons, which would be a record. France's corn crop conditions continue to decline and are estimated at 41% good to excellent versus 47% last week and 72% this time last year. Now on to the soybeans. The soybean market for both the August and November futures continues to trade around that $12 futures level and is having a hard time to see a significant close above that to see if this market has any more upside potential. Most of the support in the bean market is from continued Chinese buying interest of U.S. soybeans, particularly during the U.S. new crop time frame. The National Oilseed Processors and Association report for June showed that 214.34 million bushels of soybeans was crushed, which was about 10 million more than expected, and thus showing continued demand for domestic use of soybeans. Last week's USDA WASDE report also provided strength, with the carryout for this year being lowered 10 million bushels to 330 million, and next year's estimated carryout to be around 310 million bushels. U.S. soybean crop conditions as of Monday were at 65% good to excellent, which was up a percentage point from the week prior, but 5 percentage points behind this time last year. U.S. weather forecast and soy demand continues to be the factors to watch as we progress through the rest of this growing season. And finally, on to the wheats. The wheat markets were rallying significantly this week on the backs of dry U.S. weather and further escalations in the Russia-Ukraine conflict. Ukraine reported that recent attacks have eliminated about one-third of its export capacity. Unofficial restrictions being reported on Russian export waterways are also contributing to the uncertainty of world wheat shipments. The weekly crop progress report for the U.S. wheat has showed that 67% of the winter wheat has been harvested and is 6 percentage points ahead of this time last year. Winter wheat futures have rallied 68 cents since Monday's low and blowing through some key resistance points. Continued buying is needed to get back to the May 13th high of 758. Spring wheat futures have rallied 45 cents since Monday, with resistance at $6.94 and $7 September futures. For pricing opportunities and market information, please contact your local grain marketing specialist. We are here to help. That's what we do.